They can choose as list the new fact for Age of Sigmar 4th edition Skaventide, the 26 August 2026. So here we can see that we had update about the Scourge of Aqshy, Seraphon, Dr. Sukain, and Edotos Ranish, and some update about the faction pack first layers. Remember that these are new documents because that's been updated, but we'll see the changes in the part about the rules updates, so we go to see them quite soon. Remember that I'll go on focus only about the new changes that has been brought. If you're interested about the previous facts, I invite you to see in the link in the description so that you can see the previous videos that I realized, so that each time I can focus only on the new things. So now we go to see about the rules update. Remember that here there will be also the new facts about the Ogor Mawtribes that has been the battle that has been released this month of August. So let's start. And so let's start jumping step by step to the facts that has been released. So let's start with the General Handbook 2627. Here has some facts, but are must to clarify and avoid any misunderstandings, so it's not a problem at the end. So, when using Eruption of Fury, can I use a reaction to pick another unit to use a fight ability immediately after? No. While you can use reaction to Eruption of Fury's abilities that let you pick a unit to immediately use a fight ability do not override the restriction of the fight ability. As a result, you cannot use them to have a unit fight outside the combat phase, and I think that it's obvious, so better that is specified. Do strike first or strike last have any effect when using Eruption Fury? No? Okay, perfect. Battle Tactics card 3, the Flanking Firestorm, in Ambuscade for a unit to be more than 6 inches from friendly territory. Can any mod in that unit be within 6 inches of a friendly territory? And obviously it's no, because they say that you have to be more than, so why within? Okay, it's strange even to ask about this. Battle Tactic card Legend of the Parch. Can you score command from the front if a friend hero is in reserve? And obviously it's no, as the hero is not within 9 inches of an enemy unit. I think that these are something that I'm asking myself why I should ask, because it's obviously implicit that you can't. Okay. Battle Pen sees the Embers. In the siege of the Embers Battle Pen, can a unit bring an Emberstone Nugget into the sim? And they say yes. This is interesting instead, because it's something that it's not okay, something that it's intuitive, so better that it's explained. Then we had the part about the faction pack, and we had the ones written about the first slave with the Auric Master. So it changed the effect of emergence to set up this unit anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches from all enemy units, then set up the other units that were set up underground with it, if any, were within 6 inches of the unit and more than 9 inches from all enemies, as we've seen for all the other units that come from the reserve. So it's not something problematic, but something that I think that should be done together with all the other ways that has been done previously. Okay, they found them now. Okay, they had the deletion about the faction pack for the Ogor Mawtribes, but I said you even before in the previous month, because simply with the new Battletome available, these are not anymore used, because it's not anymore legal to be using the faction pack. So it's obvious that has been removed these ones. So it's will come as removing, and if you see, we can say that we have less and less of this faction pack, because we have less and less of them and more of the Battletome that has been released. So I'm really quite satisfied about such thing. Then we move to the other digital downloads. We can find about the Legend of Code that has been removed of the fact about the Woodspot. Okay, we take note if you are going to use it. Then we move to the part about here, the part about the Scourge of Aqshy, and we can see the ones that has been changed, and we've seen the updated document. So we have about the Agents of Slaanesh Infernal Raptureless. So here it's the effect of like nails the on-chart book. So they change the sentence. I sincerely don't have in mind about the original one, but if you're interested, you go to see about this one. About the Seraphon, the Saurus veteran on Agadon. Here it's interesting because we add the following to the beginning of the declared step of Saurian Ambush, so this unit can use this ability even if it is in reserve, and this it's really quite interesting. It's improving quite a lot about this unit. About the Dr. Sukain Kainit Shadow Stalker, so change the first sentence of the effect of the Shadow Lariat ability to if the target more than 3 inches from all other menus, apply the effect below. So, okay, simply I think that it's a rewriting of what it was written, so nothing peculiar. So it's not bad at all in my opinion as change, but it was important to make the document updated because there's been changed about these ones. And about the self again, there is a little change about the heroic traits. So is the hard movement from the Lord of Space and Time ability permanent? It's said no. It applies only in Europe the next turn. I think that it's okay to specify to avoid any misunderstanding. Since I always applied like this, but better to specify. So it's something that it will come in this case. And then we had the facts about the Battletome Ogor Mawtribes. Sincerely, there are a bit too many to be a new Battletome. At the same time, I want to remind you that this, for the most part, are rewriting of something that it was yet written, but not in a good way. So, you will please try to make a bit better the writing, reviewing before publishing, so you don't have to publish some of these facts. For example, we have one that it's changed the name about the Arcane Appetite to a test for the Arcane, because it's made in the design note itself. They admit that it's in such a way consistent with the one on the worst card for the unit, because otherwise it's written in two different ways for having the same effect, and it's problematic when it's like this. Okay, so also the battle formation, the more called fanatics. So it's about a little adjustment about the variety, about the spearhead army seeker mob. Okay, again a change about the writing in some way. Same for the man trapper. About the effect of just a little cruiser, I don't have the original, so I can say. About the Iron Blaster, here it's a little change too, and I think that it's a better specification. For the mob bit too, okay. But sincerely, because there is also another effect that we had to pay attention about the adding the following effect to the feed to the mob, and this it's quite an important missing part that it's added. Okay, so here to pay attention, because if this terrain feature is demolished before removing it from the battlefield, inflict the free mortal damage on the head butcher, then set up the head butcher on the battlefield wholly within 3 inches of this terrain feature and not in combat. The unit is no longer a head butcher because has been removed the shiny feature that is linked to it. And if it is not possible to set up the head butcher, it is lane. So here you have really to pay attention about such because it's really quite important. Okay, so essentially this is the one that you have to pay much more attention about. If you are going to play with the Ogor Mawtribes, here you have to memorize about such change because that could be really quite important to change a bit how you go to play on the battlefield eventually, so pay attention. So to say about such facts, okay, sincerely there are must related about the Gen Handbook 26-27 and it was okay, there are some clarifying, okay, and about the new Battletome of the Ogor Mawtribes, but I don't have it to make some comparisons, so I can say for sure. So I'm quite curious, what do you think about that? Okay, there's been such facts, would you expect something different, or in general, would you expect some different facts or so on? Because sincerely it's August, so I'm almost expecting not to have fact at all this month. Okay, so I'm quite nice that has been listed these facts. And sincerely, I'm finding strange that has not been listed also the part about the points, because has been listed these facts. So I think that we see quite a lot of changing in September with new tournaments, so on. So there will be a new mechanics eventually that are going to be balanced. So okay, I'm really quite intrigued about. But again, it shows how much stable it's the game of the Age of Sigmar 4th edition Skaventide, and I quite appreciate such developing of the game itself. So okay, nice. And I'm quite curious about what is the next Battletome that is going to be releasing. So nice. Eventually, write in the comment what you think about. Anyway, from deynonmod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.